Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm back with another lesson, and I'll entitle this lesson, What Shall It Profit a Man? And that the inspiration for this lesson is Floyd Mayweather, how he had the world at the palm of his hand. You know, he sold out to Esau. And at the end of the day, you can escape poverty and you can get as many riches as you can attain on this side if you're an Israelite. But at the end of the day, you can't escape the curses. We are still under the curses of Deuteronomy 28. And we are... Us hopeful elect men of the Lord in this faith, we understand that we go through what we go through, persecution. We catch hell because we're under those curses and we're enduring, because that's what we have to do on this side, endure until the end and serve the Lord. But to a Israelite in the world, in this case, like Floyd Mayweather, he sold out. He was a talented boxer, don't get me wrong. He's an Israelite, one of the best ever. But, you don't get to that level of success without selling out to Esau. And now he's going through it. And then that's the inspiration for the lesson. What shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world but lose his own soul? So let's go into this clip and we'll go into some scriptures. And I'll say fair use. I'm going to play the clip.
Wait, so you telling me the same people that Floyd Mayweather was standing up for are the same people that took $175 million from him? Check this out.
I will always be the voice for the people in Israel. I will always stand behind the country of Israel. The one and only Floyd Money Mayweather in Israel. I will always be here for you guys when you guys don't have a voice.
Let me explain. This is what's supposed to be Floyd Mayweather's good friend and business partner, manager, whatever, Jonah Recknitz. He is a big part of Israel. And allegedly, he is the manager who scammed Floyd out of all kinds of things, but namely, they took his jet. According to the lawsuit that Floyd Mayweather had put in, they wired millions of dollars into accounts that he didn't know about. And it was all behind this guy, Jonah Recknitz. And it's really crazy because Floyd was caping and standing up for Israel so much. And then to find out that the same people that he stood for scammed his pockets, according to him. And from a couple of inside sources, they're saying that guy moved in and kind of X'd out all the Floyd people around him that had been with Floyd. And he got control of everything. And according to Floyd's lawsuit, he stole money, stole property. He even took $100-something million worth of jewelry, which I don't know why you got $100 million worth of jewelry, but sold it back to jewelers for only $13 million. I don't know what the hell going on, but this is a cautionary tale. Do not trust everybody with their money, and this came back to bite Floyd in the butt, and I don't like it. What if I told you?
Damn, so those Amalekites, they did him dirty. He sold out to those Amalekites, those small hats over there. And at the end of the day, they look at him as nothing, because Esau has a perpetual hatred for Jacob. So, and that's part of those curses as well, because as much as he was standing up for Israel and, saying what he was told, reading the script, they still did him dirty at the end of the day. And now he's going broke. So they say, I don't know the full details, but the point of the lesson is no matter what level of success you make it in this world, it's all vanity. It's all in vain because we're still under those curses. So it's better to walk in humility, serve the Lord, and Lord willing, get exalted in the kingdom of heaven, That's the mission that we're on. So let's get the first precept. This is Mark chapter 8 and verse 36. For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? So once we woke up to this truth, we understand this is the most valuable thing that we can attain on this side. You couldn't offer us $100 million to forsake our faith, to turn our back on Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's not an option for us. We know, regardless, let's say you get $100 million, this economy is about to collapse. So it's going to be it's going to be an even playing field. No matter how much money you have, you're still going to have to go through Jacob's trouble. So it's best to store up your spiritual bank account and serve the Lord and receive spiritual power, receive divine intervention, protection from the destruction and the said perils that are coming. So that's the mindset we have. This is Micah 2:10. It reads, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." So we understand that this isn't our rest. No matter how much money in the world you get, you're still under those curses. You're still a slave to Esau Edom's system. So imagine we're in a much better scenario than Floyd Mayweather, as crazy as that sounds, because we're going to go into Jacob's trouble with a clear mind. We're going to go into Jacob's trouble with peace of mind that we served the Heavenly Father Yahweh and His Son Yahweh Shai, and we have hope of being spiritually protected. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't even know the Lord. So what is a man like that going to do during Jacob's trouble? He's sold out to the enemy. Like, he's going to bug out. But we're going to have peace of mind that we serve the Lord and He's going to come through for us. And Salakia, I'll give an example, because Moses chose to suffer with his people rather than to live lavishly in Egypt, in ancient Egypt. This is Hebrews 11:24. By faith, Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of God than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. You see that? So that's the same mentality we're in. We're choosing to suffer rather than to sell out to Esau. And another example is when that mark of the beast comes. We're going to choose to suffer. And some of us have to be put to death, but we're going to choose the straight and narrow gate that leads to salvation and immortality rather than to take that chip and enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Take that chip and succumb to your flesh. We're going to be hungry. We're going to be uncomfortable. If you take that chip, it's going to make you feel good for a little bit, but you're going to be condemned regardless, because you're turning your back on the Heavenly Father Yahweh. So that's the point I'm trying to make. Nothing on this side is worth giving up your faith. His faith is all we have. The Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh Shai is the only thing that's gonna keep us going during this dark time that we're heading into, Jacob's trouble. This is Romans 8:18. It reads, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." So, what we're about to go through, the sufferings that we go through on a daily basis, doesn't compare to the glory we're going to receive in the kingdom of heaven if we endure unto the end like a good soldier. And the last precept I had is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. It reads, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai HaMashiach." Verse 4, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with," Salakia, I butchered it. Let me read it again. "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier." So the affairs of this life are irrelevant to your salvation. Yeah, we have to do what we got to do. We got to work. You got to pay bills. But it's irrelevant to your salvation. This work is the most important thing. And once this society collapses, which is on the verge of collapse, we're going to solely step out on faith and rely on the Heavenly Father to provide for us and to guide us during Jacob's trouble and to give us the spirit to endure unto the end. So I was kind of all over the place on this one. The point I was trying to make is, what shall it profit a man if he gain the whole world but lose his own soul? No matter how much money you get on this side, you're still under those curses, and it's all vanity, because when Yahushua returns, only the elect are gonna be delivered. So we walk in humility, we catch the hell we catch, and endure like a good soldier, and hopes to be delivered when Yahushua returns. So I pray this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.